Okay, let's go to Nancy's room and call everyone. First, we'll look at this book about the history of Castle Fenster. Construction began on the castle in 1436, but it was Friar Amsel, the third owner, who was responsible for the castle's completion. He had purchased the incomplete property with the intent of making it into an ancestral seat that would be passed down through the family. Sadly, of his 4 children, only his daughter Elsa survived past childhood before suffering an early tragic death herself. At the hour of her death, the hands of her beloved cuckoo clock mysteriously stopped. Devastated by her loss, the Baron became a recluse in his own castle from that moment on. Upon his death years later, the castle was sold to another lord and has changed hands a few times since, but continues as a privately owned residence and entirely self-sustaining community today. The clock, which became a special symbol for the castle, remained on display until 1894, when it was damaged beyond repair. Though her time in the castle was brief, Elsa left behind a lasting legacy. It was her feminine touch that transformed the cold stone interior into something grander. Proud of her region's heritage and traditions, she wished to showcase the talents of local craftsmen and artisans by furnishing the castle with their work. Many of the original pieces purchased by Elsa are still on display, along with more recent acquisitions, such as an intricate glockenspiel, decadent velveteen hangings, and stained glass windows, the largest nearly 20 feet tall. Even today, Castle Fenster continues the tradition of supporting and displaying local crafts. After the original glass-blowing facility and its subpar safety measures accidentally burned down in 1923, a new updated glass hot shop was built to maintain the tradition. The new studio even allows residents and visitors to watch as glass artisans work on commissioned pieces. From Elsa to present day, the castle community remains proud of their unique heritage and culture and gladly puts it on display for all the world to enjoy. Okay, some of that will be important clues for later.
It looks like I need to match the glass pattern, but I don't have all of the pieces.
We'll have to wait to solve that puzzle. Okay, Nancy's room is over here, up these stairs. And we'll look at this.
I have to translate that.
Well, once we can translate that,
This must be the room that Carl set up for me. This might come in handy.
Okay, so now we can call Ned, Frank, or Marcus. Let's call Frank.
Hi, you get in touch with Ned yet?
Not yet.
Well, Joe's been keeping him company.
That's good. Ugh, relationships.
Tell me about it.
It's funny that I'm more comfortable tracking down some dangerous saboteur than I am having one of those relationship talks.
Same here. Occupational hazard, I guess. So, what's going on in Germany?
I'm in a pretty spooky old castle, and the people here are being terrorized by a monster.
What's your take on the situation?
I'm not so sure. I've got a really strange feeling about this place.
Well, if you need anything, give me a call.
Will do. This has not been one of my better days.
What's going on?
Well, Ned and I aren't getting along, and I'm in a damp castle that has monster problems, and the airline lost my luggage.
Oh, that's awful. That officially qualifies as a terrible day. Anything I can say to cheer you up?
I don't know. Maybe. Give it a shot.
I'm sure you'll solve the case?
That helps, I guess.
Your luggage is probably somewhere great, like Tahiti, enjoying a nice tropical vacation. With all the traveling you do, it deserves a break.
True. Thanks for the effort.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye, Nancy.
Okay, let's try to call Ned. I don't think we will be able to get in touch with him, but I will try.
Hello, you've called Ned's telephone. Please leave a telephone message.
Please leave a telephone message. I like how he says the whole word telephone. And Marcus, by the way, is the owner of the castle, but he's not
You've
here.
reached Marcus. I'm out. My assistant can be reached at any hour of the day or night.
Okay, well, speaking of Marcus, let's read this note from Marcus.
I wonder what these orders he's talking about are.
We found this on Carl's display of all of his character cards for his game. So that's interesting. But yeah, Marcus is the owner of the castle. He doesn't live here, and he's not here now. He's just asked Nancy to solve this mystery of the monster issue. Okay, there's a festival. Celebrate the Safety, March 13th, featuring polka prowess. Monsters 101. Interesting. Okay, now I'm gonna look at this. The Friar's Daughter. Portrait damaged by fire in 2006. Though attempts were made to keep the portrait in its original state, some restoration work was required. So I believe this is Elsa, I think, that we learned about in that book. Okay, let's talk to Renata. First, I'm gonna look over here. At the Castle Crier, which is the castle's newspaper. I kind of ignore all of this. But what you shouldn't ignore is the German vocabulary, because you'll need to know these things later on. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all that. Sorry, not sorry. This is Renata. First I'm gonna look over here because there is a stained glass thing we need for that puzzle in that, puzzle box.
Nancy Drew, is it? I understand you and I have much in common.
I'm not so sure. I don't believe we've met officially.
Meet officially? What? With papers and a stamp? What is this? Meet officially? Silliness. I am Renate, officially, and you are Nancy, officially. Is that official enough for you? Should I invite a third party to witness the exchange, maybe?
No, that's all right. What did you mean when you said we have a lot in common?
Perhaps I'm wrong about that. You are here for the monster, yes?
Yes.
This is not a wise thing to do, especially not for you.
What do you mean?
Let me tell you what I know. You're here for the monster. Now I tell you something you don't know. This monster, he's here for you.
What makes you so sure of that?
I'm a storyteller, Nancy. I deal in fate and tragedy. And when a young girl suddenly finds herself called to a monster's lair, it is always the first breath of a tragedy. I should know. Leave while you still can, Nancy.
I'm not going to do that.
I didn't think that you would. You're part of this story now.
If Nancy won't even leave a haunted ryokan with a very scary ghost, I don't think she's going to leave for a simple little monster. Okay, there's lots of stuff to ask
How well do you
her.
know Carl?
Him? I know him as well as anyone can, I guess.
What do you mean?
The way he locks himself up in the castle. He never leaves. He's hiding from the world. Why do you think he's doing that?
I don't know.
Me either. What are the chances that the reason is a happy one?
Probably not great.
Right.
Where are your favorite places to visit?
The places with the best food. The people in the north are dull as mud through dirty spectacles, but they make a knockwurst and apple fritter that will take up residence in your soul. Oh, and in the Black Forest they make cakes, these chocolate cakes with cherries and cream. Oh, what I would give for one right now. There is nothing like having a full belly and taking a nap near a fire.
That does sound nice.
It is. Sweet food is my one true weakness in this world. It isn't great for the old teeth. It makes me fall fast asleep. But those are small prices to pay. Oh, all this talk has made me hungry.
Have you heard much about this monster?
Let me tell you a story a friend told me. She stayed here with her family a long time ago when she was a young girl. Back then, the woods outside the castle walls were a very dangerous place, especially for a little girl. That's why her father told her she was never going to the woods alone. This little girl? She had a small red scarf that came all the way from India. It had a parade of gold-stitched elephants, all walking in a line. She was very proud of it, and how far it had traveled just to belong to her. One day when she was playing in the field, a gust of wind carried the scarf deep into the woods. When the girl's older sister saw her walk into the forest, she tried to stop her, but it was too late. She couldn't catch up. 2 girls went out into the woods. One came back.
What happened?
There were monsters in the woods that night.
Sorry, but I don't believe in monsters.
This isn't a fairy tale. It doesn't matter if you believe or not.
The story about the girls. Who is this friend who told it to you?
You wouldn't know her.
I'm just curious. Is she your age? Is she from here?
Why would it matter to you? Leave it alone.
Why are you here?
I'm a traveler, much like you. I see the world. I tell stories.
But why are you here now?
I do not know yet. If our time together is a comedy, then I was brought here by coincidence. If our time is a tragedy, then it must be fate.
What did you mean when you said I was part of the story now?
You'll figure it out.
I think you're just trying to scare me.
And if I am? Is that such a bad thing? You have good reason to be afraid.
Afraid of what?
If you don't know by now, look around. Think. It is a dangerous time to not know who you are and who other people think you might be.
Bye.
Goodbye.
When I first played this game, I was so frustrated by Renata's conversations just because they're so, like, confusing and ambiguous. Okay, let's go to the shop and meet Anya.
Guten Abend, Frau. Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Sprechen Sie... Oh, do I speak German? No, sorry.
No. I am the one to apologize. Karl, the Burgermeister, is supposed to tell me a little bit about each guest, like the language you speak and where you're from. This way I can have everything prepared for your stay. But again, he has not done this correctly. I'm Anya, the Castellan. I'm in charge of guest services. I'm here to help you with anything you need during your stay.
Nice to meet you. I'm Nancy Drew.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Miss Drew. You sure picked an interesting week to visit. You must have a strong heart.
What do you mean?
What, you don't know? Then it's nothing.
It must be something, or you wouldn't have said anything.
The castle's worked up in a panic right now, so I have to warn you that your visit here may not be the world-class experience we aim to provide. But I will do my best to make sure that your visit is a happy and safe time for you.
Why is everyone a little spooked right now?
Oh, well, I suppose you'll find out about it anyway. I might as well be the one to fill you in. Mind you, don't get upset. Are you the easily frightened type?
No.
Good. You'd tell me if you were. There's nothing wrong with being scared.
I'm not. Promise.
Okay, good. But you do not need to worry about this, I see. How do you say this? There's a monster situation potentially taking shape.
A monster situation?
Well, that's the buzz around the castle. You need background. This castle, has a history. Legend around here says that a monster lives in these woods. Once in a great while, he returns, seeking a victim. People think that time is now.
What makes everyone think the monster is coming here now?
As long as I've been here, people always pointed out signs of his return. Cows would go missing, flocks of sheep would disappear, claw marks would appear on the trees. Everyone would say, "Oh, the monster will be here soon!" But when he doesn't come, everyone calms down and forgets about the legend until strange things start happening again.
Are strange things happening now?
Yeah, but different this time.
How so?
The signs are the same, but everyone is reacting differently. It's spooky. I heard once that before a tsunami, all of the animals will run to a higher ground. They just know. That is what it is like this time. We all just know.
What can you tell me about the monster?
I don't know, Nancy. A lot of the older people here say they've seen it, but none of them will say what it looks like.
Why not?
Not sure. Maybe they didn't see it. Maybe they did, and they don't want to remember. But everyone will tell you about the strange things that have been going on.
Like what?
Look, I could get into a lot of trouble for telling you things like this. Can you promise me that you won't tell anyone that I am telling you this stuff?
I promise.
Okay. For the last little while, there have been these weird howls from the woods. The sound, it's no animal I've ever heard of, and it is definitely not human. It sounds, I don't know, frustrated? At night you can hear the thing. It's circling the castle, getting closer each time. It's terrible.
What do the people who live here think about the monster?
People have stopped talking about it. Those who can have skipped town. Those of us who really live here, let's just say you're not going to be finding many open doors on a night like tonight. People are scared.
What do you think of Renata?
I love her stories. Sometimes when she comes, the two of us stay up until the sun comes up, just chattering away about this and that. You ask me, her reputation is completely undeserved.
What reputation?
It's difficult to explain exactly. A lot of people say that wherever she goes, bad fortune follows.
Do you think that?
Not really. But she does always have peculiar timing. Come to think of it, whenever the castle gets to talking about the monster, she's not far behind.
Really? Do you think she has something to do with the monster sightings?
I'd be surprised. But then again, no, never mind. It's nothing.
What?
Okay, I shouldn't be telling you this. One time when she was here, and again everyone was all worked up about the monster, and she told the stories that scared everyone who listened half to death. So later that night, when everyone was locked in their houses with the windows shut tight, I caught her snooping around the castle.
What was she doing?
That's just the thing. I couldn't figure it out. She didn't come back for a long time after that. Actually, that was the last we heard of the monster for a while, too.
What's a Castellan?
I'm in charge of the overall guest experience here. Carl, who you may have met earlier, is the Burgermeister, sort of like the mayor. Or, I mean, that's what he would really be if he actually did any work. I'm sorry, that wasn't really appropriate. Long day.
So, how did you get such a cool job?
I get asked that all the time. It's really fun here and pretty competitive. I got my job by working my way up and managing smaller households and attractions in the area. Then one day there was an opening. I turned in my resume and crossed my fingers.
You've got some great stuff in here. Is any of it for sale?
Of course. This shop is very popular with tourists. Most everything is for sale. You'll find the prices listed.
What do you think of Carl?
I think that Carl has been placed on this planet to test my patience.
So you two don't get along, I take it.
The fact that that man got elected makes me wish we were back in the days when you had to pull a sword out of a stone or a lake or something to assume power. He'd never be able to figure it out. Too many steps, what with the pulling and then the not dropping it, and then the remembering to tell people about what happened.
Do people around here trust Carl?
Apparently enough do. He's still got the job.
I'd like to buy some souvenirs, but I'm low on money. Any idea how I could make more?
People are always dropping coins around the castle. Oh, and Carl has been offering to pay for people's help on that silly game of his.
This monster, does anyone know why it's supposed to be here?
Legend says he comes from the forest whenever the girl in the necklace walks the castle halls, and he will stop at nothing to steal her away into the woods.
Well, then what happens?
No one knows, but these girls, they are never seen again. None of them.
Do you believe there's a monster on his way here?
What do you want me to say, Nancy? I can't answer anything like that at work.
Please, I won't tell anyone what you say.
I do. It's stupid, I know. But there is something terrible out there. I can just feel it. We all can. It's taken everything I've got to stay here through this.
See you later.
Bye.
Okay, let's look at the monster stuff. This looks like the monster book from Curse of Blackmore Manor. Boxenwolf, werewolf, doppelganger, German legends. Okay. There's just some monster sounds. Oh, I did not mean to buy that. Okay, well, I bought a little monster figurine. Okay, Grimm's Fairy Tales. Monster, Social Misfit, or Stepmother. Snow White, Hansel and Gretel. That's expensive. Get a postcard. We could get some food for Renata to fall asleep. So in this game, if you give Renata chocolate cake, she falls asleep and you can snoop in her bag. Although it might not even need to be chocolate cake. It might just be any food, but I can't remember. What else? I came to see the creature and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. The Art of Glass.
Huh? I wonder what this says. Maybe the pictures will help me figure out how to crack this code.
Yep, this is an important code that we will decode later. Okay, glass blowing is one of the oldest traditional arts. Blah blah blah. Glasswork kind of explains how it's made. Heat regulated oven. More monster stuff. Some cuckoo clocks. Very German. Okay. Oh, never mind.
Nancy, it's Marcus. Cell phone reception is notorious up there. Give me a call back on the landline in your room.
Okay, well, let's go back to Nancy's room.
Marcus here.
Hi, it's Nancy.
So, what's everything look like at the castle? Have you got everything under control?
So far.
Great. I'm on my way down. I'm about 4 hours away, but I'll try to be here if you need me. Thanks again for helping me out. It'd be great to have the whole thing tied up by the time I get in.
I'll do my best.
That's what I'm expecting. I'm bringing some foreign investors to the castle tomorrow. Big money, big-time investors. I mean like stupid rich. Like, happy birthday, I got that town in France you wanted rich. I want everything tied up with a neat bow. Signed, sealed, delivered, stamps, the whole 100 yards. You're like my personal stylist here. You gotta make me look good.
Stylist? I'm here to get rid of the monster, right?
Nancy, business is built on metaphors, fast talking and self-aggrandizing anecdotes. Like the time the Prime Minister told me that my yacht was fantastic.
Right.
I knew you'd be a fast learner. That's my favorite type of learner. Favorite type of car, too. You prove yourself to me in this case. I see big things in your future. Look at me. I started out small like you. Now I've got 4 houses. 3 in Berlin and 1 somewhere. Told my realtor to surprise me. Really should track it down someday. Also, I own a castle, but you know that.
So he just wants us to fix this monster problem because he's having a bunch of investors come here.
What do you think of Carl?
He's not my ideal manager, but he does an adequate job when he's not working on that game of his, that is.
What can you tell me about Anya?
Anya's Anya, always has been. I was surprised to find out she was working at the castle, but that's synchronicity for you.
Why were you surprised she was working here?
We used to date.
You and Anya? Really?
Yeah, it was years ago.
She didn't mention that.
Well, I'm not surprised. The breakup didn't exactly go well. Well, no breakup goes well, right? That'd be weird. Anya was pretty upset and she ended up acting a little strange.
Strange how?
It's not really... It wouldn't be very gentlemanlike to get into what went on. Let's just say she is the reason that I make sure my shoes are tied before I break up.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, I'm just being dramatic. It was rough. We got through it. When I find out she was working at the castle, it was weird at first, but stranger things have happened. Look, Anya and I have had our problems. But in business, skill comes first. She's very good at her job, and customers love her. That's good enough for me.
You're the one who broke up with Anya?
Yes, I'd rather not get into the specifics, but I did end the relationship.
What do you know about Renata?
Nothing. Is that a person?
Yes, she's a traveling storyteller.
Oh, okay. I'll add that to the list of things that you seem to think that I need to know.
Why do you insist that everyone dress up?
The castle isn't a hotel, Nancy. I'm not renting out a room. I'm providing an experience. I want our guests to create memories that they'll never forget during their visit here.
Like seeing a monster?
Are you implying that I'm behind the monster sightings?
Well, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
It is so far out of the realm of possibility that it has crossed the sea of you are wrong and landed in the realm of ludicrous accusations. But I do admire your thoroughness. Good hustle.
Can you tell me a little bit about this monster?
No, other than that it was a terrible timing, which is rude, by the way. I don't deal with these sort of things. I hire people to do it for me. I'm big picture, Nancy, like a dinosaur's yearbook. I don't do small print.
Have you tried Carl's game?
No. I do not play games, but if I did, I would not play them with Carl.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Oh my gosh, so much is happening.
It's the monster! He struck again! Quickly! Follow me to the courtyard!
What happened here?
It has gotten past the gates! This has never happened before! Nancy, this is different now. You better leave.
No, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
That is not a smart move. I'm going to tell Marcus that whatever happens to you is no longer my responsibility.
I'd better find a way to put out that fire, and fast.
I like how Carl just leaves us to solve this problem. And yeah, he's just gone. But anyway, there's a handy well here, so just get some water and put out the fire.
The monster did some major damage out here. There's something strange stuck in that door. What a peculiar-looking burr. If I can find out where it's from, that could help me track the monster.
Yeah, looks like the monster started a fire, stuck a burr in this door, and like broke the window.
Sorry I bothered you.
And people aren't answering their doors.
These are pretty dull, but they might come in handy.
Need to grab those shears. What's up here? Another door. Yeah, okay. No one wants to talk to Nancy. This is important for later, so just make note of where that is. Basically, we'll have to play this. Oh my gosh, someone's calling me.
Nancy, call me back on the landline.
Marcus again. Okay, I'm gonna have to call Marcus in the next part. So yeah, stay tuned for part 3.